What's good, Cows Gang? You already know who it is, Mr. Palmer, aka Boss Daddy. And we got to talk about this crazy but unfortunate situation right here. Now take a look at this 65-year-old military veteran. I'm just gonna say his first name. First name is Bart. Last name I don't want to mispronounce. And he was shot and killed by some black woman in Florida, all over a Walmart parking space. You can't make this up. And he was a man who served in the military. I believe he was a sergeant. He had 3 kids. He was estranged from them. It looked like he moved to Florida like 3 years ago. One of the reasons why he did, because he was trying to rekindle the relationship that he missed out with his daughters. Don't know the backstory of that, if he was alienated, if it was because of him running and walking away. I don't know. But this situation happened over a parking spot. And the video was out. I saw the video when it originally first came out before it got viral. And I looked at that and I'm like, why would you keep walking up to somebody with a gun? Now, there are a lot of different, well, it's 2 different reactions. One reaction is he fucked around and found out. I would never walk up to somebody with a gun, you know, and some other things. We'll get to that later. Then we heard other things. And what I heard was he didn't have a gun. He wasn't nowhere by her. She walked up to him. So yeah, Cows Gang, we're going to talk about this one today, you know. Now this started, I believe, July the 1st. Don't quote me on that. But for some reason, he purposely blocked the space. I don't know if he was blocking it for somebody else. I don't know if he was trying to be addicted to this woman or anybody else. Don't know. But the woman was able to get into that parking space and it pursued from there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the news clip and then I'm going to play the video. Of course, I'm going to have to blur some things out. Then I'm going to play a video of one of his daughters speaking out about the situation. Check out the first news clip.
What started as a dispute over a parking spot ended with gunfire, a man dead, and a confrontation caught on camera. And investigators are now sorting through the disturbing new evidence.
NBC6's Steve Litz has a chilling video and explains why the shooter says that she acted in self-defense.
A witness captured the shooting on a cell phone. And videos from cameras on a nearby Tesla show the crime as it happened. A man and a woman are arguing. The man is seen walking toward the woman, follows her around a vehicle. A few moments later, investigators say she shot him. A relative sent us this picture of Bart de Guglielmo. He died from his injuries. It happened yesterday in the middle of the day in the Walmart Supercenter parking lot on McNabb Road near Rock Island Road in North Lauderdale.
When I came, there was police officers everywhere, and I did hear a woman screaming and crying, and she was saying something, but I couldn't, but it was incoherent to me what she was saying.
Deputies confirm the woman and Di Guglielmo exchanged words over a parking spot and then the shooting. She waited for police to arrive, then told them she shot in self-defense. Tonight she's not in jail. Prosecutors will decide if she should face criminal charges or not. The name of that woman has not been released, but that video seems to show her placing the gun on a car and then waiting for police to arrive. It also seems to show her taunting the man while he's on the ground. More on this one as our coverage continues at 6. Reporting from North Lauderdale, I'm Steve Litz, NBC6 News.
Very disturbing.
So y'all, you heard dude say that there, she was taunting the man while he was on the ground. The media know how to say little things to make you get, you know, rage baited or make you be like, you right. She's at fault because she was talking while he was on the ground shot. Yeah. So what y'all think about that so far, Cows Gang? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the video. And like I said, it's gonna be some stuff blurred because I don't want YouTube to flag my ass. Let's check this out. Oh. So as y'all see, Cal's gang, she was arrested, but right now she's out and the prosecutor is deciding if he's gonna prosecute or not. I don't see it happening. But what I want to do before we get into all that, let's listen to the daughter. She's very hurt by the situation. She lost a dad. They were just trying to rekindle. Like I say, he was a father of 3, military veteran. I believe he's a sergeant. She's going to talk about her relationship with her father and what type of man he was. Check it out.
Man.
A daughter in tears. Amanda lost her 62-year-old father, Bart, shot in the stomach in a Walmart parking lot in North Lauderdale.
I just don't think anybody deserves to lose their life over a parking spot.
Cops say an adult female and the victim were involved in a verbal altercation over a parking space in the Walmart parking lot prior to the shooting.
I don't like to deal with death and talk about it at all. That's why I was very hesitant to do this interview.
But you are doing it. Why do you want to speak about your dad?
Because I want my dad to be remembered for who he was and not who the media is portraying him to be.
According to investigators, the shooter, the adult female, remained on scene, cooperated with detectives, and she told them the shooting was in self-defense.
He loved his country. He loved his country.
Bart served in the military. There are no charges in this case at this point. Amanda says she was estranged from her dad for many years, but recently they were working on repairing their relationship. And just like that, a life lost. And throughout the interview, you can see the pain on her face.
He moved down here 3 years ago with the intentions on rebuilding the relationship.
And during the time we spoke with Amanda, the daughter, she kept repeating to me, over a parking spot, nobody deserves to lose their life over a parking spot. I want to mention this again, no charges at this point. The investigation is ongoing.
So I apologize, Cal's gang. I thought he was 65 years old. He was actually 62 years old. But everything else is correct where, like I said, he moved to Florida 3 years ago to rekindle back with his kids. He had three kids, and he was just getting to build with them, get to know him and everything else for whatever reason why he wasn't around. The woman is not locked up, pending to be charged up by the prosecutor. Like I said, I don't think she's going to be charged. Now, they haven't put out her name. Now, on the original video, you're going to hear her say, walk away. She said it over and over and over again. The reason why I used that video was because it was too much other stuff they had around the video, and I didn't want to be interfering. I want y'all to see the video itself. So now let's go into X, and let's look at a couple of these comments. Yeah, X. So this person named Bailey responded to the person who posted the caption, and he or she says, fix your caption. A man pursued a woman despite being told to stay away and was shot in self-defense. This person said a man aggressively approaching a woman. Why would she not be fearing for her safety in this predicament? This person, Marco, says felony charge, second-degree murder. Cliff says, plenty of witnesses. We will find out exactly what was being said. Governor says that's murder. Rhea says, I think she cared more about winning the argument and teaching him a lesson far more than her own safety. She baited and lured him into getting shot. I think that is obvious. Mumble Jumble says, he was arguing and approaching her, well, within her means to fear for her life. Big Bree says, fix your caption, sir. This person says, nah, he got charged with f***ing around and finding out. This person says, man in agitated state follows a woman around the parking lot despite multiple warnings. Maybe he should have just walked away. LOL. She'll be all right. Evidence clearly shows self-defense. And this person says, enjoy prison. No worries, you will have contingent of kids making this a racial thing and swearing she's innocent. That's all I'm gonna read. Now, like I said, I love using X because you won't have it based off race, you know. Now, here's the thing. People coming out with screenshots showing him to my he was this far away, no gun, and he's a victim, right? Cool. But Florida is a stand your ground state. And people saying why she didn't get back in her car. Why didn't she move away? Why didn't she be the bigger person? Because in Florida, you don't have to be the bigger person. You don't have to get back in the car. You don't have to run away like in Illinois. You got to run away for your life. Well, why she have the gun out in her hand? Well, in Florida, it's an open carry state. So she could walk around with a gun in her hand. It ain't like Illinois. You get charged, you'll be open carry unless you're a cop, security guard or something. You can't open carry in Illinois. But in Florida, stand your ground, open carry. And in the video, she told him over and over and over, walk away, walking around the car, following her and everything else. I don't know what he was on. I don't know what the big deal was about a parking spot. And anybody with some sense already know if somebody pull out a gun on you, you walk away.
Truth is what it is.
I'm gonna give you this quick story. When I was 19, got into a fight with somebody I grew up with, right? Him and his homies called themselves jumping on me, right? But it wasn't even a jump on because ain't shit happened really, but they jumped in. So a week later, I see him outside by himself. He's laughing, talking shit. I said, what's up? What you want to do? Let's fight. Let's fight one-on-one now, right? He looked at me and he told me, he said, I ain't gonna fight you no more. You know why? And he did like this. I couldn't see, but I knew by him doing that, 9 times out of 10 is a gun. Then he pulled out the gun. He didn't point it, but he pulled it out, bagged up in the alley, say, I won't do it. I did not run up on him. I did not tell him to shoot. I did not tell him you ain't got no aim or none of that. What I did, I walked away. And when he was like, yeah, what'd you say? You want to say something? I shook my head and walked my ass in the house. Because I knew if I would have said, you ain't going to do it, I double dare and all that shit, he was going to do it. Wasn't nobody else even outside. And even when I walked away, I had a hope that he didn't decide to shoot and pull that trigger with my back turned. And I didn't run, because if you run, they'll really shoot at your ass. So, yeah, when somebody got a gun pointed at you, you try to de-escalate the shit by getting the fuck out of Dodge. Live to fight another day. You don't prove your toughness walking up on somebody with a motherfucking gun, talking about some shoot me or you ain't gonna do shit. I ain't saying he said that, but I'm just saying you ain't gonna do shit. I dare you and pull the trigger, nigga. You ain't about that light bullshit. Nah. And I'm not damn sure I ain't finna be going to jail. I'm damn sure not finna be getting killed over a goddamn parking space. I've been cut off from bullshit parking space. I just go and find another one. But just being out of Florida and how stand your ground law is, most likely she's not going to be charged with murder. They're going to drop the charges. And for those that's saying, well, he didn't have a gun, Trayvon Martin didn't have a gun, but I know y'all going to say he was a threat and he was fighting, Zimmerman, so he had to use the gun. Dude didn't try to fight, but he continued to walk up on him. So yeah, unfortunate situation. Unfortunate about the man trying to rekindle with his kids. Unfortunate that he was a military soldier or a sergeant. Maybe by him being in the military, he ain't scared to die. I don't know. But like I said, if I pull a gun out on you, you walk away. You have nothing to prove. So Couch Gang, what you think about that? What do you think about this whole situation? Do you think that, hey, she didn't have to do all that? Do you think that, she should have been the bigger person and walked the fuck on? Do you think that he really did fuck around and find out? Well, Couch Gang, you already know what I want to know. When it comes to 62-year-old military veteran, father 3, Bart, I got to know, is he a victim or volunteer?